Our First Coast communities have really stepped up in the face of this COVID-19 pandemic. So many challenges out there with the pandemic. But tonight, a mom who is an expert with the sewing machine is coordinating efforts to make and donate surgical masks for our local healthcare workers. Alex Ositis is on your side with her story.
Needles, thread, and a goal. That's how one First Coast mom and so many volunteers are stepping up to help make surgical masks for local healthcare workers. Janet Wells' daughter Caitlin is an optometrist at Brooks Rehabilitation, where there's a need for protective gear. About 1,500 masks needed. So, with her 28 years of experience and an employer, Cinnamon's Quilt Shop near Mandarin, Wells began cutting kits for fellow sewers to put together. She brought the first batch of about 500 donated masks to Brooks Rehabilitation this week, with the promise to donate another 1,000 as soon as volunteers can make them.
It's a whole lot more fun having something to do to help other people than to just sit and worry about the problem, because I can't worry and change anything, but I sure can make some masks.
Wells says that those free supply kits with materials are available at Cinnamon's Quilt Shop near Mandarin. After this initial project with Brooks Rehab is complete, she says they'll be looking to see how they can help other healthcare workers in our area. Reporting, Alex Ositis, First Coast News, on your side.